Hi, I'm Stephanie, the creative girl behind the designs. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, thanks for stopping by. And if you haven't already done so, I would truly appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel and turn on your notification alerts so that you know when I post my next video. So today, or maybe this week, I should say, it's going to kind of be a gardening week. It's going to be nice out and I need to tend to my gardens. So I am going to be doing today a small journal page. I'm going to kind of show you the updates I did in my garden notebook. And then I'll, at the end, middle towards the end, I'll do the garden journal page. And then at some point, I'll just kind of put it out to music and you can enjoy while I kind of journal out my paper. And then I'm also going to be sharing on the channel hopefully this week, if not this week, for sure next week, my past. So in the past, I used to keep a garden notebook and then a garden journal. And then this year I combined them both. But in the past, it was the garden notebook was a classic size happy planner. And then the garden journal was a mini happy planner. So I'll show you that and show you how I did it, how I set it up, what I used. And then hopefully you'll be inspired to create your own garden journal or notebook or combine them like I did. So let's just jump right in. And so of course I have from the past, it's not available anymore, but the past, I honestly cannot remember. So I'm not going to butcher what the name of it was. And I'm just going, it was a whole box. It was a Be Happy box. And it had this in there. It had some washi. It had an actual planner, a classic size planner, and then a few other goodies. So I didn't intend to use the planner, although I regret getting rid of it now. As a happy planner, we are, we don't think we're going to use it. We will hoard those things because we know someday we might use it. And Murphy's Law, as soon as you get rid of it, that's when you wanted to use it. So it is what it is. But I had fun setting this one up. It does not contain a calendar because I just use my regular happy planner for that. So anyhow, we have some stickers. I have the washi. And I have, of course, my trusty little scissors. So what I'll do is I'll show you what I've done so far, which is I had done a few pages. I filled in some information. So nothing's changed here. This is just the cover page. And I also realized from the last video, you can hear the fan, the overhead fan, ceiling fan. And I apologize, but it's just so darn hot in here and I just have to have it on, so I apologize if you hear that little twirling, but it is on today. It is another warm day in my office. So I had started out my to-do list and just added some fun stickers. This is just kind of a running list of the things that come to mind, and that's really all I wanted it for. It wasn't like this is the planner to do. I might take these things and put them into my regular planner, but this is kind of just a running list. And then, of course, is the garden schedule, which I did get some of that filled in, which is, for the months. And there are some months where there wouldn't be anything to add in. So I just filled in what I had so far or what I plan to do. As you know, and if you follow me or have watched some of my past garden videos, I did start a seedling. So I tried to start the garden from seeds again, and the seeds were just a bust. They were a complete bust. They didn't work out. This is now the second year in a row. For some reason, it's not working with me to do seeds. But anyhow, these were the original seeds that I was going to do, but I came pretty close when I bought the pre-made plants. So all I did was I just went and checked them off, which ones we had. And then I had my garden plan, and, I just have some fun journaling cards and some information. I did fill this in, which is my garden plan for the year. So last year we had done a a raised bed in the backyard. I think it's just our soil here. It just didn't work out very well. So it was a bust as well. And that was where we did the seeds last year. So this year, this is actually our deck. We had done, and in the picture you can see it, we had done the seeds. We have some of these raised beds and then in some, can you believe, Home Depot buckets. So if you take a planter, a big enough planter for your plant, put your plant in there with your dirt and everything, and you make sure it has a drain hole and put it inside a Home Depot bucket, it will, or you could just plant right inside the Home Depot bucket. The key is drainage. You have to make sure it drains. So we had success the first year we gardened, so I wanted to go back to our deck planting, which is great because I can go out at any point during the day, take pictures, see, you know, what has grown and progressed. So this is a layout of our deck and what I planted where. And although it doesn't match this layout anymore, we did originally have all 3 boxes along the far edge. We went out and bought pre-made plants, or not pre-made, but pre-grown plants, and we planted those. We did that on May 20th. So we just had our first harvest on July 3rd. So yay, we had our first harvest. I'm so happy about that. And let me tell you, that broccoli, so it was the broccoli, and that's what I'm going to journal about today. That broccoli was so good. It was delicious. There is nothing like homegrown fruits and vegetables. And we harvested that day. We cut it up and we made a broccoli and noodle pasta. So it was for Meatless Monday, in case anyone needed an idea for broccoli. And it was delicious. It was nothing like what you get in the store. I just can't really say too much more about how great it is to try and do your own garden. So here's our plan. And I filled in the seeds that we had originally planted, but again, they didn't come up. I started the pictures for the seeds that we had, but I needed still a few more. So I do have a few more to fill in. I'm probably going to fill it in with some of our favorite fruits or vegetables that we have. So I'll do that I got to print the photos. And then I updated this. And this little fun corner here was the topper of a notepad I had. So I just loved it. And so I put it on our seed starting record, which in this case is also a pre-started plant record because the beginning part's seed, but then we went into the actual pre-started plants. So I showed when I sowed them or planted them. And then, you know, so for example, we did carrots. My husband wanted to do carrots. Our dog, we give her fresh carrots. And so he started it with just cutting off the top of the carrot and he put it in some water and it started to green. And now we have planted it and hopefully we'll be able to harvest carrots too. So that's our seeds. And then I put, for the first time this year, I had created a harvest log and I was able to log in that we had our first harvest of broccoli. And I just put one because the funny thing is, I'll show you the pictures. The broccoli comes up as one crown in the middle of all these big leaves. And I'm still waiting to see if we're going to get any more from that. So I don't actually know. It's a lesson I'll be learning, so I'll let you know how it goes. So this here is the bottom half of that notepad. So that farmer's market, this was the top, and then this is just the bottom. I just paper clipped it onto these pages. And these are just garden projects, which we do have a big garden project, but I haven't written up anything yet because I'm not quite sure how we're going to go about it because it is quite involved. It's one of those domino projects. If we do this, we have to do that, and so on and so forth. So extra paper. I did not fill these in just yet. I'm waiting to see what grows. Extra paper. Our past gardens I did not put in here yet because I want to flip through the past garden books to show you how I'd set them up because the last one was in a happy planner, and then I'll pop them in there. So right now there's just some paper in there. And then I have a folder that I am going to pull out of the pictures that I'm going to be journaling about. So I just use it to hold the pictures. So this is our broccoli. I'm not sure if it goes that way or this way, but doesn't matter which way it goes. So we had, let me see if I can bring this up a bit. So this is what it looks like. Comes right out in between the middle there. And then this is what we harvested. Delicious, fresh, green broccoli. No pesticides, no nothing, just pure right out of the garden. Yum. So I'm gonna journal about these today. So my plan is to do that under the garden notes. So I'm just gonna pull a piece of paper out. And then again, as you know, I have my folder and everything else in the back. It's just kind of like a folder to tuck things in. I'll set this off to the side. And then, where's my pictures? Okay, so I'm gonna do, well, before I do that, let me take a quick step back. I'm so ready to jump into that journaling. I did have, again, on the use the sticker year, use those stickers. I am going to put on to these 3 tabs. So there's this one, this tab, and this tab. I'm going to put from this garden book, they're large stickers that I wanted to use, just kind of as a, almost like a label, but it's not a label. So it's these 3 here. Let's just take this for now. Let's take one and let me see which one I like it against. Because these are very clustered and, you know, picture, sketch diagram, hardy. So let's just see which one I'm gonna like this on. And then there's this one here. So it disappears in that one. So, you know, I think I may do maybe the opposite of what I was originally thinking. So let's do this one here and let's bring it up a little bit more. In fact, because this has a folder in here, I'm gonna pull this out because I don't want the folder to bow the tab. So I'm going to put this one here. Cute. All right. Pop that back in. Let me go back to this one now. So they're probably not going to be in the same orientation or same spot on each one. I'll try. Okay, so for this one, let me pull this out. Let's see how good I can get them in the same spot. I think I want to use the black one on this. It just seems like it would match better. Yeah, okay. So to hopefully help me get this straight, I am going to use this ruler. Doesn't mean it's going to tell me exactly where it needs to be on here, but it'll help me at least keep it centered. Okay, looks pretty straight to me. All right, so we have, I'll use this middle one as my measuring. So let's put this back. These are garden favorites. And then I know where this one goes, and then we're going to pull out this one. Get something on here. Okay. So let's see. I think what I'm going to try and do . All right, I think I got it. hopefully. It might still be a smidge, but I can't worry about that because I don't think I can pull it up too many more times. So I'm going to go with it. I'm going to stick with it. Sometimes good enough is good enough. Okay, let me get these back in there. And then let's get to the fun part of it. All right, so oops, this goes here. And then this one goes here. Okay. Long and painful process. But again, I won't, I'll save you from that and I'll edit that out. So now I just have, it's not like perfect in a spot, but I'm okay with that. So that we have my garden, just like a little sticker. A little dirt never hurts. And then we've got, oops, this one here. So, perfect. Now let's get on to the fun part. All right. So, we have, let's see, this one's going to go down here. And I think I'm going to put this one up here. So, I'm going to white this out, even though it probably won't show through. I'm going to just go ahead and white it out. I'll get this started and then I'll set off the rest of this through music. All right. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to get up at the top. There's a box in here for, it's another big box. This. Just so that it has plant name, you know, just a little fun thing about, you know, watering, sunlight, fertilizer. So I'm going to put that at the top with this photo. So I think to, let me put this one aside, to kind of offset it, I think I'm going to use, you may not be able to see all those, sorry about that. There's like a, at the very bottom here, I feel like I want to use this top one. Okay, so that took quite a bit of time, and I'm not completely happy with my penmanship, but you know, sometimes it's a win, sometimes it's a lose. It is what it is. I think it's just a little too hot. Maybe I had a little too much caffeine. But overall, I mean, it got out. I put onto paper what I wanted to get onto paper. And I do need to fill this in. I have to look at the tag that's in the planter. I don't quite remember the exact name or variety of it, so I need to fill this in. And as always, I may do a few other little things, but for the most part, this is done. And it will go back into my planner, or notebook, I should say. And it will become the first journal entry in my 2023 garden planner. So I hope this has inspired you to do your own garden notebook, or, you know, start your own self-sustainable gardens, and that you're inspired to do something creative today and every day, and that you create your beautiful life one plant at a time. Thank you for watching.